Leagues 5 is less than a week away, and Jagex finally released a bit of the official task list for this season, and I have spent several hours today plotting out a route that is going to get us over 450 points. There are 50 steps to this plan, and it is going to take us right around 17 minutes. I'm going to break down this plan step by step, and these are only the very start of what I have cooking up for this league. I actually timed all of this out inside of a test run here, but if you want to see some more of the steps that I have, you're going to have to stop by the live stream when Leagues launches, or hit that like button enough to convince me to make another video here breaking down some more steps. Before we start, I want to give a quick shout out to the members of the channel. Consider joining today, but let's go ahead, cut this plug, and get right into it. Starting off with step 1 and step 2 here, we have 2 easy tasks that take 0 time at all and are worth 10 points apiece. These are finishing the Leagues tutorial and opening the Leagues menu. Since everyone is going to complete these basically automatically without any time wasted, we're going to go ahead and start the clock now with 20 points on the board. And the first thing we're going to do is kick a rat for 10 points. Emphasis on the kick here. And then after that, we need to pickpocket a man, which is an easy task in itself, giving us 10 points. But we are going to be pickpocketing 28 of these pouches and opening all of them at one time to complete a medium task worth a whopping 30 points. Inside of this playthrough, I did not spend the time here thieving, mainly because I'm not level 1 thieving, so it wouldn't be very accurate. Also, we are going to be choosing the thieving relic this league, so if that happens to be a tier 1 relic, again, doing 28 of these should be no problem at all. But there are a few things in this run where I do skip certain things, and in order to compensate for this, we are going to add some time in at the end. But after we pickpocket 28 pouches, we need to go and bank everything except a few select items, at which point we are going to need to run down the north stairs in the castle for 10 points, and then ask Hans for our age for another 10 points. We're then going to drain our prayer as we run to the altar to use it, then head over to Bob to ask him for a quest, followed by dancing in the graveyard to the south and visiting Death's domain for a total of 40 points with 4 easy tasks being completed. After Death's domain, we are going to chop a log and burn that log for 20 points and 2 tasks. We're then going to head across the river to kill a goblin for 10 points, followed by heading to the cow pen in order to get some milk for another 10 points, kill a cow, take the cowhide, bones, and beef, and then bury the bones for another 10 points. I forgot to bury the bones inside of this run, but that is a super easy task. And after this, we're going to need to run north and punch a chicken for 10 points, as well as take an egg for later, and possibly search this haystack here for a needle, which could gain us 10 points. But I'm only going to try this like once or twice, so we don't really waste any time on it. Then after this, we're going to head back across the river to start the sheep shearer quest. Just start it though, because then we're going to head to the field to pick ourselves some wheat and then cry in that field for 10 points. We're then going to grind up that wheat for another 10 points, and then pick an onion that's right here behind Fred's house and eat that onion for yet another 10 points. After this, we're going to head into the pen to shear 20 sheep and then kill a ram, which is a task, gaining us 10 points. And then finally, we head back to the castle to start and finish Cook's assistant, cook the beef on the range for 30 points, and then burn the beef for another 10 points. After this, we're going to go up and spin all of the wool for 10 points for spinning 1 wool. But then we're going to take that wool down and complete the sheep shearer quest for 30 points. Finally, we're going to start working our way outside of Lumbridge and into the swamp here, where we're going to kill a frog for 10 points, enter the shed for a rake and a spade, and then we're going to enter Xanaris to net ourselves another 10 points. At this point in the plan, we are 35 steps in and already 340 points deep. But after Xanaris, we're going to head over to Draenor, where we will pay Ned to make us some rope for 10 points, as well as insult Aggie for another 10 points. After this, we're going to catch 5 to 7 shrimp. This is going to get us 10 points for catching the shrimp, but then we're going to cook it for another 10 points, and then we're going to cook the rest of it so that we will have cooked 5 food for 30 points here. This is where we're going to head north and do 1 lap of the Draenor agility course, and then head even further north into the manor and have a chair follow us for 20 total points. We do have a chronicle here, and I am dead set on having a chronicle at this point in time. However, we may have to rework the plan a little bit and start to incorporate later parts of the plan into earlier parts of the plan in order to get us these coins. None of this really matters though, because not having a chronicle here isn't the biggest of deals. You're just gonna have to run all the way up into Varrock, which honestly isn't gonna take that long with unlimited run. However, once we're there, we're going to pick a cabbage for 10 points, followed by heading to the bar to pick up a beer. This is for a later step that we actually don't get into in this video, but after that, we're gonna buy and equip an iron dagger for 10 points, find the tramp on the east side of town and make that thing angry for another 10 points, and then head over to the tea stall and take ourselves a cup of tea for another 10 points. We're nearly done here because then we're gonna head north to take the museum quiz for 10 points, as well as some nice experience, which is actually going to give us points for reaching a level 5 in a skill, but I'm not gonna be counting that in this. But even without counting that, we are now sitting 51 steps into this step-by-step plan here, as well as a whopping 470 points in just a matter of 17 or so minutes. And even if I add 5 minutes to that to account for time spent spinning wool or possibly pickpocketing, then we are still looking at making pretty good time here. Not to mention, we are really only at the beginning of the step-by-step plan that I have going. Let me know if you guys have been doing any theory crafting of your own and what you guys plan on doing first inside of this league. But that's all I wanted to break down inside of this video. I hope you guys all have an amazing day. I'm out.